Good morning, day 5. We are in Oxford visiting the Belheim Palace, which was the residence of Winston Churchill. It's a sprawling, beautiful property. I'll take some shots later on, but we're here for a Shakespeare town where they built a replica of the Rose Theatre, the theatre that originally staged Shakespeare's plays. Of course, eventually it was torn down in the 1600s and eventually became the Globe Theatre. There's a replica of the Globe Theatre in London, but this particular one was built by a theatre company, and they stage Shakespearean plays. They were invited here by the estate to put up a village and cater to locals and tourists. So we're excited to see two Shakespearean plays today, staged by the Rose Theatre Group, Macbeth and Midsummer's Night Dream. And as I put it, one is a nightmare and one is a dream. And now take a look at the grounds. There's the palace. I didn't realize it was so huge. Mayaman pala si Churchill, sobra. Try to shoot some of the palace grounds later on. I mean the palace itself. Look at this beautiful estate. This is where Winston Churchill lived. Grabe. Look at that. Beautiful. This is a pop-up and pretty much is set up the same way it was back then in the day of Shakespeare, where he first staged his productions. And of course, walang microphones. People normally would just stand there in the gallery. So it's going to be interesting to watch. We've interviewed some of the actors already, and they'll be coming to Solaire to perform both Macbeth and Midsummer's Night Dream. Look. Nice. And if you look down, this is the wood shavings that the ground was filled with back in the day, and people would stand on it. It's soft, so people could stand for hours watching the production. Well, this is probably how the olden times looked like. It was like a marketplace, you know, where you have sheep and markets all over, and then the theater behind where people can watch. In other words, parang mall show in those days. Yeah.
We've done 3 dreams in a row, and then we revisited Macbeth yesterday, and we were all a bit. What are we doing? What are we doing? Where are we coming on? It's quite tricky because normally when you play one role, you get a rhythm. Even if you're in rep with other plays, there's a rhythm to it. But with this, we play sometimes 2 Macbeths, and then a dream, and then another Macbeth, and then 3 dreams, and then a Macbeth, and a dream. It's all like we honestly, we're in the dressing room at the end of the day going, what's our next show? What hat do I have to kind of put on tomorrow? So I woke up this morning thinking it was Midsummer Night's Dream version and then Macbeth, which is my favourite way around for the dark, because Macbeth is, the whole play pretty much takes place at night. All the scenes, it's very dark. It's dark in its content, and it takes place at night. So when you're doing it in the bright sunlight, you miss that darkness. So when we do it in the evening and it gets dark at night, it gets really, really proper grim, which is how it should be. But on the other hand, the dream becomes magical at night when the lights come on. It's beautiful. So, when someone loses, but I hope you all enjoy it.
Oh, this version.
In this version, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because?
So the idea, Juliet's idea, is that Hippolyta and Theseus at the beginning. Theseus has won Hippolyta, the queen of the Amazons, in battle. She's a prize of war, and it's pretty misogynistic if you think about it in the play. And then Oberon kind of crushes Titania and gets her to do what he wants. It's kind of, so she wanted to put a new spin on it. So what we're doing is Hippolyta is a spoil of war at the beginning, and then she falls asleep on stage and she dreams. The play becomes her dream, where she becomes the king of the fairies and teaches Theseus as Titania a lesson, so that when they come out of the dream at the end, hopefully they've both learned something about what it is to wield power, about what it is to be subjected to power. And so Theseus and Hippolyta can find a way to be together and kind of have a happy wedding, because otherwise at the end nothing's changed with Theseus and Hippolyta, and then you just have to accept that suddenly they're happy after a day or two of this dream having happened elsewhere.
Makes sense.
So that's the idea. So it's an interesting take. I think it works really well. This wasn't a plan. Just sort of adds into, you know, if you're going to have a female over, why not have a pregnant female over?
Is it difficult for you though? I mean, what semester are you?
So
Trimester.
26 weeks tomorrow. So
is this why you're not going to Manila?
this is why I'm not going.
Oh.
Yeah, I think jet lag and heat and everything, it's just too much at that stage, because I've got another, at least 6 weeks before we come out. So I said I think that's going to be too much.
So we are now inside the theater. This is pretty much how it looks. I've been to the Globe and it kind of looks like this. But syempre, mga scaffoldings lang to kasi pop-up lang siya. But we have great seats. Right up front. Earlier they didn't allow us to shoot, but the actors were on stage warming up vocally and physically, because they don't use microphones. They did in the day.
Twitter, Facebook, and I'm all about this kid here. Instagram's the thing to me. So let everybody know all about us. Word of mouth. It's brilliant. See you all later. Take care. Bye.
So this is the theater. Look. Is it tiring?
Yes, it is very. Yeah. Very.
How often do you do it? Once? Only a day?
Weirdly, not enough. Because it breaks between shows. You're on such an adrenaline rush that actually having 3 days off really it's a huge energy thing, and it's momentum as well. It's the best analogy. Someone said it's like a coat hanger. Because I was talking about this yesterday. When you have a big name in the role, I think it distracts. Because they all end up going to see this one person's performance.
I see.
Whereas I think that the key to it is it's not about Macbeth. It's about what he does to other people and what people do to him.
Mm-hmm.
And so that focus and that energy is, you just got to maintain it. And it is. It's not shattering ring. Well, that fight is exhausting. But it is. And I don't look totally shattered, but no, it really is. Mentally, really.
Does it get emotional for you at any point?
Funny enough, tomorrow, I genuinely find emotional. We had a chat about it, and I just think the idea of doing it in this theatre, when Shakespeare has written it so clearly, as a theatrical experience, it's quite emotional to think that 500 years later, it's still relevant. We're still just telling a story. Yes, his wife's died, but actually it's just the imagery of the futility of all of this and just the entertainment. Mm-hmm. It's certainly not difficult, and Susie's fantastic. So the sexual energy, the reasons why Macbeth is convinced to do what he does.
And other people enjoy watching it. And sort of everyone does, don't they? So, you talk about engaging young people into it. There's everything there that they watch already, and everything there that they're interested in already. It's just giving them the opportunity to actually experience.
They don't realise it.
And if they can watch us enjoy killing people wearing leather, they'll have a great time.
Usually
the design is inspired by. The first thing I said to the designer was Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the blood and the design of the look, but Game of Thrones has been inspired by Macbeth.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reality. Of it.
Exactly.
Is Game of Thrones comes out of the tradition of these great stories.
It's like a weird circle
I
of
think
life.
the key is inviting them, making them realise that it's not unapproachable. And we do a lot of school productions, and we were talking about before. One of you was saying that the sword fight, the guy moved, bang, you've got him, and they suddenly realise, oh, hang on, this is. So I think
there was one review which said how wonderful it was that we'd rewritten it so that it was understandable to an audience nowadays. We haven't rewritten any of it. It is absolutely that's how easy it is.
It was very clear, even for foreigners like us.
It's a crazy journey to look back on when I'm just at the start of it, so I'm very excited to see where it goes.
Wow. It's a long career ahead of you. How old are you?
I'm 24.
Oh, so young.
Still young.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Tell us about your first audition for this one.
First audition for this?
Yeah.
Well, I was very lucky that I think they auditioned me for Friar Lawrence to begin with. I think they wanted someone young, but perhaps with an air of maturity or whatever. Having grown up in the Catholic tradition as well, I think I showed that awareness of what it was to be ecclesiastical and what it was to be religious. And I think having that awareness in the room meant that I think I got the offer on that room. For Richard, it was slightly different. I think they had a lot of actors ready for just the same roles, and they were just going to see where to slot us in because we're doing two plays. They had to make sure you could cast people who could go across
Switch
either
around.
one, that no one had too much of a job on one or the other. So, for example, the guy who plays Richard III he plays just a couple of lines in Romeo and Juliet because he's got to focus on that. And for us, I play Friar Lawrence in this, and it's that's the only role I have to worry about Romeo and Juliet. But I'm playing all these double priests in Richard. But yeah, the audition process was quite nice because, as I said, there was a director I'd worked with before who's directed Richard, and so to have a familiar face in the room was really nice. But it's
Was it a monologue? What did you have to do?
oh yes, so we had to prepare a couple of scenes. So there was a scene from Romeo and Juliet for Lawrence that I did, and we did that opposite Damien. Eventually, he was the one who stood up reading with us, and then there was another scene for Richard, and that was it. It was just a one round actually, which was nice. No recalls and that kind of thing. I think for Romeo and Juliet, I think they had to sort of do multiple rounds because it's a chemistry test to see who could really go well with who and that kind of thing. But it's been such a joy working with them. The whole company's lovely. I was quite suspicious at first because usually there's one bad egg. But everyone is really nice. Everyone's getting on with each other. We haven't had any spats or anything like that. And I think that's what has been such a nice thing and why it's gone so well considering it could be so chaotic. Everyone just sort of gets on board.
So we're going to be on the ground here. Be watching from down here. It's exciting. Under the sky. Oh no. Okay. Oh dear.